I'm also going to go ahead and recruit, just because we'll need another one here in a little bit. Let's go with... Let's recruit a lady. You look too much like Zinchenko. Sarah Johnson, you're on the crew. All right. Back to
Commander,
business.
you're not gonna believe this. We just picked up a signal from an emergency locator beacon. It's definitely one of ours, from the original invasion. I know it sounds crazy.
Awesome.
But if there's any chance some of our people
Okay.
could still be out there, I think we owe it to them to find out.
You could have just said, hey, let's go check this thing out. It's interesting. And I would have said, sure. But fine, let's go investigate it. So this is actually going to lead us into the Alien Hunters DLC missions, which is cool. Although we're not going to do it anywhere near soon, because I do not want alien rulers this early. That would be terrible. However, I do want these spiffy items that this is going to give me.
We only had one other Sky Ranger, Commander. It's worse for wear, but this heap used to be Big Sky's pride and joy. And someone's been putting her to work. It may be possible to triangulate exactly where they took off from, but it'll take some time.
Okay, cool. Utigan. Come on.
But the likelihood of us reverse engineering them appears low, regardless.
Remember what Tygan said. These new weapons are one of a kind.
All right, I'm talking over Bradford at this point. Holy cow. These guys just talk way too much at certain points. All right, so Boltcaster is awesome. It's a single shot, but it gives plus 15 to aim and 25% chance to stun something, which is amazing. Shadowkeeper is kind of crappy damage-wise, but it does give you the ability to reconceal a soldier if you kill somebody with it, which is amazing. The problem is that you only get sniper or pistols on snipers, which means you're either sacrificing damage for your pistol-wielding snipers, or you're giving it to your long-range snipers, which means that they're out of range to really use it effectively. So it's not a great weapon. The Hunter's Axe is great for rangers, though. I really like that. It gives you a ranged option and a melee option, so I'm a huge fan. And then the Frost Bomb is amazing for your Grenadiers because it freezes things in place, which is always a good thing. So we're going to leave it at that. We're going to jump back in to the Geoscape, and there's still nothing to scan, so we're going to go scan for more intel back at base. It'd be great if you could scan for supplies, but unfortunately the game does not let you do that. So, here we go. Supplies. Resistance communication. All right, that's going to be really important. So what we're going to do is we're going to start building some resistance communication, or we're going to expand our resistance network. That's 42 days for magnetic weapons. Still not worth it. We're going to resistance radio this. So that's just going to help us expand our network a little bit faster, and that's going to be really important. So because this has the black site on it, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make contact with Eastern U.S. first, and we will go from there. Hopefully we can get access to the entire U.S. region right away.
Nothing on the local comms. Advent's been quiet lately.
This is not great.
Guessing we have you to thank for that.
Matter of fact, this is straight up bad.
While it lasts.
We plan to. Our water purification
Massive
system-
signal coming from the Advent Network Tower. It's global. Sir, I think you want to see this.
Fellow citizens, for 20 years, the Advent Coalition has worked tirelessly to repair the ravages and injustices of the old world. Under our stewardship, our cities prosper, our people flourish, and our world heals. And yet, among us, there are still those who would refuse to acknowledge the truth, who are determined to see all that we have achieved
Multiple radar contacts on approach to Haven Alpha 7.
That must end.
Even as I speak to you today,
You've got incoming on approach.
Your
signal's breaking up.
Outlying territories to end this scourge once and for all.
They're right on top of you.
Losing you, Avenger.
Raise them again.
We will ensure your continued safety and well-being throughout this crisis.
Get
cooperation, we will overcome these radical elements and usher in another 20 years of peace and prosperity.
They don't stand a chance. Commander, we should get a squad ready to deploy.
Yeah, so that's good news right there. That's just super fun. So we got a retaliation. This is Advent sending their goons out to kick in doors in various resistance shanty towns and kill lots of people, with the goal of drawing us out and killing us too, which they are clearly about to accomplish. So that's not ideal. We'd like to prevent them from killing us if we can. Luckily, we've got some soldiers who can actually deal with the situation. So how do I want to do this? Well, first off, we've already got Phillips here with the flashbang and a regular grenade. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give Zinchenko that frost bomb we just picked up. That gives her a little bit more versatility.
The liquefied gases inside should lead to an instantaneous freeze effect.
Thank you, Bradford. We don't have any new weapon upgrades. That's unfortunate. Let's take a look at... All right, so the big question at this point is, do I give anybody the bolt caster? It's a tricky question to answer, just because it does give that bonus to aim, which is really cool, and the potential stun chance. Although, I'll be honest, 20% sounds like a lot because it's 1 in 5. It happens pretty infrequently. But I'm going to go ahead and give the bolt caster to Ivanov. Those mutton chops, he's earned a bigger, badder asser weapon. Axel Braun, we're going to go ahead and we're going to give you an assault rifle. And actually, now that I think about it, this guy right here, Ivanov, is actually going to be our very first custom soldier. We're going to go ahead and we're going to change his name. We're going to make him, let's see, character info, first name, from our Facebook group, the one, the only, Nick Thinman Charles. So Nick, last name, Charles. We can't give him a nickname just yet. That's okay. When the time comes, we'll stick him with a nickname, because Nick actually specifically requested to be a specialist. So there we go. We also had a request from somebody to... They said they wanted to be in. They didn't mention a specific class they wanted to be. So even though Phillips is a lady, we're actually going to switch that. Phillips is going to be a dude now. And my good friend... John. I've known John for a number of years now, through LARP. He's pretty awesome. And normally, like he said, he gets typecast as a ranger. So this time around, he actually gets to be a grenadier. He's going to blow stuff up. Let's change this hair color, make that a little bit more appropriate. There we go. It's not perfect, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. John, if you're watching, sorry for the shorts, but apparently Alternate Universe U has decided to make that fashion statement choice. So that's just the way it is. And then we're going to go from there. Once we've got a couple other specialists. Close enough, yeah, exactly. All right, so here we go. We're going to get kicked off. We're going to go on this retaliation mission. We're going to try to stop Advent from killing innocent people. Everybody keep their fingers crossed.
You're deployed. We're in the pipe. 5x5.
And begin mission. Here we go.
Aliens are attacking a
Close,
resistance
yeah.
outpost in this region.
So,
Taking any prisoners.
as you may have noticed, at the end of that little cutscene, we've got that thing that changed into human form and then back, well, changed from human form into a giant mud monster. That's a faceless, and those things are going to pop up at inconvenient times during this mission, I guarantee it. And so, basically, the faceless are the infiltration units that Advent uses. And they basically send them into these resistance havens, and they take the form of a human survivor. And then when we go to rescue it, it turns into its giant monster form and tries to rip our faces off. It also happens if you kind of just get too close to it in general. And I've always noticed that it tends to happen in the perfect spot to totally ruin my otherwise excellently executed flanking maneuvers. Let's see if that holds true today. Hopefully it doesn't. Now, normally I like to have a ranger. Thank you, Bradford. Sorry. Thank you, Bradford. Thank you, Bradford. So, like I was saying, I generally like to have a ranger available for these missions because if they can maintain concealment, you don't have to worry about activating monsters on the first turn like I just did, or I said monsters, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. It could be a lot worse. So what we're gonna do? Should we try to blow up this tree, clear out this sectoid, or should we try to blow out this thing? And let's get rid of the let's get rid of this trooper. Well, at least let's get rid of his cover because, as we all know, grenades never deal 4 damage. So.
Headed there now.
So I'm going to give. So I'm going to use aid protocol on Braun over here. That's going to give him some extra help, some extra defense, so that if that sectoid decides to shoot at him, he'll survive it. Well, hopefully. Then I'm going to go ahead and have Lynn take a shot at this guy here. Yes. All right. Well, that was a great shot. That kind of damage is phenomenal. Luckily, unfortunately, you can only do it once. So. Oh, sorry, that wasn't Lynn. That was Charles. I apologize. Let's overwatch that. Let's overwatch that. Let's see if this guy decides to make a run for it. Hopefully, if he does, we can take him out. He may just decide to hang out there and raise a zombie or something. But even if he does that, that's fine because we'll be able to get in there and flank him at that point. Although, as we've seen, that's not always a guarantee that it's gonna make a difference. Zombie? No. Nope. Oh, look at that. Nice. Zinchenko resisting the psychic attack. That's pretty rare at this rank, actually. And that did kind of get rid of his cover a little bit. That's interesting. All right, so Braun has that laser sight. So let's bring him in. It's a nice flanking position from full cover. As long as he hits, he's got a decent chance to crit. 57%. Come on. Nice. Oh, of course, he only crit for 5, which is, you know, not the best. But we're not gonna criticize. We don't criticize here. We do positive reinforcement only. So let's move Lynn back. This is another good spot because it's flanking. Again, no guarantee that the flank is going to hit, but 71% is better than we were going to get otherwise. So survey says miss. Ouch. That's unfortunate, but not the end of the world. So let's go ahead and bring Zinchenko over here. You strong-willed bastion of awesomeness. We're going to reload Charles, and let's see if we can't. That's a terrible shot. But you know what? He's going to move because he's flanked by 2 people. So if we overwatch both of them, that's actually a really good likelihood, or a really high likelihood, that we're going to be able to take him out on Overwatch. So we're losing some civilians. We're kind of getting delayed with this